Hi, and welcome to another episode of RRVLOGZ. And today I want to talk about conspiracy and something that's been on the headline of international news, which is the Epstein files. So, all this time, obviously, certain things have been kept as like conspiracy, and there's been many conspiracy theories, but nothing has ever yet actually been officially released. So, I want to talk about how this actually changes a lot of things in terms of like how people sort of view certain aspects. When you view something as a truth, but no one else views it as the truth, no matter how far fetched it could be, until it's proven on a large scale, it's still a conspiracy, you know? And this is something that a lot of conspiracy theorists have been talking about for many, many years, for decades, because it's never been really publicized or it's never been broadcasted on such a large scale that people haven't actually been able to sort of confirm with everyone else to know if this is actually happening. But it is actually happening. So that's that's the big shift that we've seen today, is that things that were kept in the dark or kept as not true or just moved to the side and being being kept as a route for deceit has now come into something that has been unveiled on a mass scale. And it's really horrible what's happened, but it's about time that people actually knew what happened, you know? It rather than it being just being talked about and disregarded as nothing, you know, because people have enough evidence, people have enough videos, enough photos to know what actually went on with with his life. So that's the really interesting part. And because it's linked to a lot of other people, it was always like, oh yes, Hollywood is doing this, Hollywood is doing that, and etc etc, and a lot of people really were in the dark about it, and no one really knew what was going on other than conspiracies, you know. And that's how it was for many years. But once this once this file dropped, what happened is now everybody, even the people that sort of blankly ignored it and said, okay, this is not what happens in Hollywood, it must not be true, now have nothing to stand on. They they are consumed into this shock almost. And it's really interesting because what was a disbelief before is now a common belief. Stay tuned for another episode of Double R Vlogs.